For this coming concert in March 5th, 2022, we have chosen different pieces by Johann Sebastian Bach. The whole concert is with music by Bach. The pieces we chose is actually to show different colors of Bach, let's say, different phases of Bach, so that the audience can get different music that is known and unknown by Bach. For example, we will perform 2 church cantatas. Both cantatas are from very early work. He was very young. One, he was around 22, 23 years old, and another cantata he was 29 years old. So it's all periods before Leipzig. Then we will also perform 2 motets by Bach, which is another kind of music, because we all know Bach wrote many cantatas, around 200, well actually more, but we have now 200 cantatas by him. And the cantatas were his main work every week, writing for the church, and that was his duty. But the motets were actually not his duty. The motets were all commissioned by private people who has lost a loved one, or they wanted music for some kind of special situation, and Bach composed many of those motets, but certainly some of them are lost. We have now 6 only, and from those 6 motets we perform 2. The longest one, which is Jesu meine Freude, and the shortest one, which is Lobet den Herrn. So that is, we have there 2 colors of Bach. First, cantatas, then motets, which originally are without accompaniment, which are orchestra. They are just for voices, and they are all very, very difficult. Then we have also a secular cantata by Bach, which is a cantata which is called cantata, but is actually a mini opera buffa, because it's actually a comic opera. But yeah, Bach never actually composed an opera, but this is actually the closest to an opera that Bach went. This piece, the Café Cantata, was never performed in the church, of course. It's not meant for the church. It's meant as a secular piece, for enjoyment at home or in a cafe or in a place. So he actually meant it for the Café Zimmermann, that is a cafe there in Leipzig. During his stay in Leipzig, he actually went. He was there playing with the Collegium Musicum, a famous Collegium Musicum found by Telemann. So actually, Bach was the conductor of the Collegium Musicum for many years, and in that Café Zimmermann, he performed the Café Cantata. So it was not performed in the church, but it was performed in a cafe. And the funny thing about that cantata is that it's a little bit satirical text. Let's say we have only 3 persons in that cantata. There is no choir there. So 3 soloists, tenor, who actually tells the story, and then the soprano, who is the daughter, and the father, which is the bass. And the cantata is all the time this discussion and a little bit fighting, but funny, in a funny way, father and daughter, about coffee. And she is actually, the daughter is addicted to coffee. She cannot stop drinking coffee, and she's in love with coffee. And the father finds it too bad and too much, and so he tries to convince her to stop it. And that is the cantata about. It is a little bit satirical text about addiction to coffee. In those times in Leipzig, people was a little bit concerned with coffee, because people get addicted to it, so they couldn't stop drinking coffee every day. Actually, Bach also was addicted to coffee. And so there was some rumor of it's dangerous in those times, and Bach somehow he was maybe laughing at it. So he composed this piece with Picander, wrote the text. The famous Picander who wrote the text of the Matthäus Passion, the same person wrote the text of the Coffee Cantata. So we have different colors of Bach, different phases of Bach, since he's very young and he's very old. And we try to show the audience and you music from all his life, and music that is sometimes famous, everybody knows in Japan, and some music that sometimes is not known, but by no means is not good. It's great music. So I hope you enjoy that.